Hey everyone, and welcome back to the ATD Movie Channel on YouTube. I'm Tony, and today I'll be reviewing Daddy's Home 2, the newest comedy starring Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. Let's jump right into it. I have to admit, for all its faults, I really actually like the first movie. I think that Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg have an obvious chemistry together, and this is their third film if I'm not mistaken. Their contrasting comedic styles, their physicality, and just their looks in general make them a modern-day odd couple. I mean, just look at the two of them. They couldn't be any more different. And if you like what you saw in The Other Guys or the first Daddy's Home, you're really going to like what you see here. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. While we're on the subject, we might as well talk a little bit more about the cast and the actors in general. Ferrell and Wahlberg are essentially the same characters that they were in the first movie. And like I said, if you like that, you're going to like this. Yeah, sure, they've grown a little bit, and they've got this co-parenting thing down, but as individuals, they're exactly the same. Ferrell is a super sensitive, sad sap, and Wahlberg is a masculine macho man. The saving grace with the two actors is their dialogue and their banter, and the way that the two actors improv their lines is actually really entertaining, and I found it to be unique in this movie. Whoever put these two actors in a movie for the first time should be rewarded, because seriously, you guys, they do have great chemistry together. The newest cast members are Mel Gibson and John Lithgow, and they play Wahlberg and Ferrell's dad, respectively. As expected, the granddads have almost the exact same character traits as their sons. So that means Gibson is a tough guy womanizer who has trouble expressing his feelings. And Lithgow is the overbearing, sensitive dad who oozes optimism, just like Ferrell. I'm not saying I love the character depictions, but what I'm saying is that the actors deliver, and that's essentially what I'm talking about this entire section of the review. They easily sell the characters that they play with all their flaws front and center. And I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of pushback on this, but the story makes sense, and I'll defend that. It gives a plausible reason to have a sequel in the first place, and it gives a reason for all these characters to get back together. And remember, I said plausible, I didn't say perfect. The story takes the entire family on a pretty relatable holiday adventure. Sure, there's some greatly exaggerated gags along the way, but at the core, it's the family going into the woods in a cabin for a few days to celebrate the holidays. I totally bought it. And I'll dive deeper into what I didn't like about the movie now, because it's not a good movie. I found a lot of humor in the dialogue and the delivery and all that, but overall, this is not a good film. Let's start with the characters. Again, the characters, not the actors. Earlier, I told you that I liked the acting in the movie, and I thought that they sold it, and that's all true, but what's also true is there's not one likable character in the movie. The Ferrell and Lithgow shtick gets old by the end of the film, and the Wahlberg-Gibson duo does too. By the end of the movie, we're going to believe that these characters had some sort of growth? No, I don't think so. The writing didn't really warrant that, and it doesn't earn it at all. And another terrible aspect of the film is the way in which it treats its female characters. The characters are so poorly written and have so little to do, I don't understand why they're in the movie to begin with. They don't do anything. And the script shines a tiny pea-sized light on how stepmothers coexist, only to have an awkward exchange while, of all things, shopping at the mall. That's pretty sexist if you ask me. And the filmmakers had a real opportunity to show us some unique relationships we haven't seen in cinema. And for anyone who's seen the movie, why is Alessandra Ambrosio even in the movie? She's awful. By the way, both the actress and the character are awful, so I'm clear. They're just awful. And at least Linda Cardellini, I think I'm saying that right, tries her best to make her character worth being in the film at all. She's not given very good material, you guys, but again, at least she tries her best. And one last thing I didn't like about the film was the physical comedy. There's always outlandish, stupid stunts in these family comedies. I mean, think back to like Christmas Vacation or even the Home Alone movies. Those stunts in those films fit within the context of the characters and the stories that they're in. So Home Alone was about a kid fighting off two criminals trying to break into his house. It only made sense that he would use something like slime to try to make them trip up. But Will Ferrell completely losing control of a snowblower as it sucks every Christmas light in the yard up, and it defies gravity as it climbs up the side of the house just to fall on his buddy's car. I mean, come on. Give us, the audience, some credit. And what makes this even worse is that the movie is trying its hardest to tug at our emotional heartstrings. I can't believe a character is making a change for the better 5 minutes after I watch a little girl kill 2 turkeys and shoot her grandfather in the woods. That was a spoiler alert, by the way, but not really. Look, overall, I laughed a lot, and I really enjoyed watching Farrell and Wahlberg share the screen again. I've gotten into some heated arguments with people about movies just like Daddy's Home 2, where I walked out of the theater knowing damn well I didn't watch a good movie, but I still liked it. And I'm looking at you, The Hangover 2. Movies are an incredibly subjective topic, and movies with incredible reviews don't make any money sometimes, and films that get horrible reviews make a boatload of money sometimes. My word of caution, you're going to laugh at the theater, and you're going to enjoy watching these actors on the screen together, but you're not going to hear Daddy's Home 2 mentioned during awards season. And if they never make another one of these movies, that's fine, I'll be okay. And if they do, great, I'll probably check it out. Either way, I'm a fan of the talent involved, and that's why I went to go watch this film. So what do you think? Have you seen Daddy's Home 2? Did you watch the first one? What do you think of the chemistry between the 2 actors? Was it enough to overlook an otherwise bad film? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button. It helps me out a lot. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel to be notified of content uploaded regularly. And you can find other movie reviews on the channel as well. Thanks for watching the ATD Movie channel on YouTube. I'll talk to you soon.